34 verse 13. I gave you a land that you had never cultivated and cities that you had not built. If God is willing to bless us so much, why do you have a lot of struggles and trials in this life on earth? That's a topic for today. I'm Dr. Wesley, batch of 2005. So why struggles in life? The first reason could be maybe it's not in the will of God. We all know the story of Jonah, where he went in the wrong direction, whereas God wanted him to go in a different direction. And the storm came, the ship was in a turmoil, and the prophet had to be thrown into the sea. Going away from the will of God clearly puts us in struggles and testing times. Secondly, it may not be God's time. John 7, Jesus' brothers tell him, go to Judea so that all your followers all these good things. No one hides what he is doing if he wants to be well known. But Jesus said to them, the right time for me has not come yet. If Jesus wanted to show off, he could have gone to Judea, but he decided that it was not his time. So God's timing also matters. The same thing happened at the wedding at Cana, where Jesus told his mother, my time has not come yet. So that could be a second reason why we are still going through struggles. The third thing is we are learning. God is preparing us for something bigger, but we are in the learning process. Joshua, for example, was a learner under Moses throughout all of the times right from Canaan. But there came a time for Joshua to become a leader himself. Still he had to do it. Elisha learned under Elijah until the time came for Elijah to be taken up to him and Elisha to become the next leader in life. The third reason could be that maybe it's totally not a calling. In Mark 14, we read about the story where Jesus tells his disciples that they will abandon him and go away. But at that time Peter says, no Lord, I will not leave you, I will not go. Jesus said, Peter, listen, that's not your calling. That's something you have to do. You will deny me before the cock crows. Jesus was directly blunt on him. But that's the truth. Each person has a different calling, a different role to play in God's great masterpiece. And we should be clear if we are in our calling. But there's another major part, which is what happens maybe for God's glory. Now this plays a major role. For example, the story of Lazarus. In John 11, we see Jesus waited. People came and told Jesus that Lazarus was already sick and dying. He could have gone immediately and healed Lazarus, but instead Jesus waited. And eventually, he says, for your sake, I am glad that I will not be with him. I was not with him. So that you will believe. Lazarus had to die because the people seeing what Jesus was doing had a purpose to believe that Jesus was the Son of God. So sometimes it is done for God's glory. So these are things that we have to be careful about. And when we are careful about all of these, there will come a time when our growth will really happen. And once Jesus prepares us, once God prepares us for that time, then we'll be able to understand what was happening in the background through all those past years. And during this waiting period, there are some things that we have to do. Deuteronomy 8 verse 11 onwards says, make certain that you do not forget the Lord your God. Do not fail to obey any of his laws that he is giving us today. When you have all you want to eat and have built good houses to live in, when you have cattle and sheep and silver and gold and all the other possessions have increased, make sure that you do not become proud and forget the Lord. Similarly, in Joshua 24 verse 13 onwards, here again, Joshua clearly explains, choose this day whom you will serve. That's the challenge that Joshua gives. And then When people start obeying, when Joshua has passed through the preparatory stage, it says the sun stood still, the moon stopped over the valley. And it continues in verse 14. Never before and never since has there been a day like that where the Lord obeyed a human being. The Lord fought on Joshua's side. So remember, you be in His will, start preparing, start learning when He's preparing you. One day will come when you will shine.